All right, so welcome everyone. We're gonna be doing a 30-minute Ashtanga yoga practice. We're gonna start by doing some breathing exercises. Go ahead and have a seat at the front of your mat. You can sit with your legs crossed. You can sit in lotus position if that's comfortable for you. You're going to place your hands on your knees, palms down. You're gonna sit up straight. And we're going to practice some inhales and some exhales. You're going to be inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. This is going to help warm your body through each posture. At any time, if you lose your breath, you can always come back to this breath. It's going to help you move in and out from each posture. I'm not sure if I already said that, but I'm saying it again. And it's also going to warm your body. So as you inhale through your nose, you're going to sit up straight, fill your lungs completely with air, and exhale through your nose. And as you exhale, you should feel the air in the back of your throat. If you had a mirror up to your nose, you would fog that mirror. Inhale through your nose. Fill your lungs completely with air until you can't breathe in anymore. And exhale through your nose, emptying your lungs completely. Inhale. And those inhales and exhales can sound like ocean waves. Exhale through your nose, emptying your lungs completely. Inhale. And exhale, and feeling the air in the back of your throat, emptying your lungs completely. Inhale through your nose. Sit up straight so your lungs can fill completely with air. And exhale. We'll do 2 more breaths. Inhale through your nose until you can't inhale anymore. And exhale through your nose. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, now we can go ahead and stand up at the front of the mat. You're going to stand with your feet together, your arms to your side. This is Samasthiti. We're going to start by doing 2 Sun Salutations. We're going to start with Aoria Namaskara A and Aoria Namaskara B. Going to start by inhaling, arms up. Look at your thumbs. You're going to exhale, fold down, hands to the floor. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to high plank. If you can't do high plank, you can modify by putting your knees down. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. You're going to stay here for 5 breaths. While you're in downward facing dog, trying to push your heels down to the floor. Fingers spread wide. Your gaze is your navel. Pushing your hips up to the sky. And breathing. Two more breaths. And 5. Hop or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, back to Samasthiti. Now we're going to do a Aoria Namaskara B. Inhale, arms up. Look at your thumbs. Exhale, fold. Hands to the floor. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your right foot forward between your hands. Pivot your left foot. Arms up. Look at your thumbs. Exhale, hands down to the floor. High plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, pivot your right foot, arms up. Look at your thumbs. Exhale, hands down. High plank, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And stay here for 5 breaths. If you get tired at any point, you can always go into child's pose. Trying to push your heels down to the floor. 2 more breaths. And 5. Inhale, step or hop to the front of the mat. Flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to your side, back to Samasthiti. The first standing posture that we're going to do is triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana. We're going to start by inhaling and stepping to the right. You're going to spread your feet about elbow width apart. Your arms are going to go parallel to the floor. Pivot your right foot towards the back of the mat. You're going to reach towards the right and fold, trying to grab that big toe with your peace fingers. If you can't reach your big toe, that's okay. You can leave your hand on your shin, or you may use a block for support. Your left arm is going to go straight up to the sky. Your drishti is your left hand. And stay here for 5 breaths. Trying to rotate your chest up to the sky, keeping your legs active, and breathing. Two more breaths. And 5. On the inhale, push up. Now the other side, pivot your left foot towards the front of the mat. Reach to the left. Fold, try to reach that big toe with your peace fingers. If not, keep your hands on your shin. Right hand up towards the sky, looking at that right hand. Trying to push that right hip back, twisting your torso towards the sky, and 5 breaths. Two more breaths. And 5. Inhale up, exhale back to Samasthiti. The second standing posture that we're going to do is extended side angle pose. That's Utthita Parsvakonasana. We're going to step to the right, and this time our stance is a bit wider than triangle pose. You're going to pivot your right foot towards the back of the mat. And the first modification is go ahead and bend your right knee, and you may place your right forearm on that right knee. You're going to place your left arm over your head, looking at that left hand. There should be a straight line from your left foot to your left hand. If you're more flexible, you may place your right hand on the floor, or you may use a block for support. And you're going to stay here for 5 breaths. That left foot, try to keep it flat on the floor, bending into that right knee. Two more breaths. And 5. Inhale, push up, and now the other side. Pivot your left foot towards the front of the mat, bend that left knee. You may place that left forearm on that left knee, place your right arm over your head, looking at your right hand, straight line from your right foot to your right hand. If you're more flexible again, you can go ahead and place that left hand on the floor. 5 breaths. Two more breaths. and 5. Inhale, push up. Exhale, back to Samastihiti. And now we're going to be doing a balancing posture. I'm going to demonstrate modification of Ardha Baddha Padmottanasana, which is half-bound lotus and 10 stretch. The first modification is you're going to start by putting your weight on your left foot. And then you're going to take your right foot and put it on your left hip. You're going to keep holding on to that right foot with your left hand. Wrap your right arm behind your back and clasp your elbow. If this is too much for your knee, you may do tree pose by placing your right foot on your left calf or bringing it up to your right thigh, bringing your hands to prayer, standing up straight, and 5 breaths. If you lose your balance, it's okay. Two more breaths. Trying to push that knee back. And 5. Exhale, release. And now the other side. Again, if you want to do the half-bound lotus and 10 stretch, put your weight on your right foot, bring your left foot up to that right hip. Keep holding on to that foot with your right hand. Wrap your left arm behind your back. Clasp your elbow. Stand up straight, 5 breaths, or if you want to go into tree pose, again, putting that left foot, that right calf, or bring it up to your thigh, ensuring not to put your foot on your knee to injure your knee. Bring your hands to prayer and stand up straight, pushing that left knee back. Two more breaths. And 5. Exhale, release. And now we're going to do a vinyasa. Arms up, look at your thumbs. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And now we're going to either hop or step towards the front of the mat, and we're going to land in a seated position. We're going to do our first seated pose, which is Dandasana. You're going to stretch your legs straight, flex your feet. You're going to place your hands flat on the floor, fingertips facing the front of the mat. You're going to sit up straight, chin to chest, and stay here for 5 breaths. Keeping those legs active, flexing your feet. Two more breaths. And 5. Inhale, release. Arms up, and now we're going to stretch, and with your peace fingers, try to reach and grab your big toes. If you have to keep your knees bent, that's okay. You're going to inhale, lengthen your back. Exhale, fold. Your drishti is your toes. Stay here for 5 breaths. Trying to keep your back straight, not rounding your back. Two more breaths. And 5. Inhale, release. And now we're doing a vinyasa. Exhale, high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And back to a seated position. Now we're going to do Marichyasana A, and we're going to do Marichyasana C, which is also called sage pose. We're going to start on the right side. You're going to bend that right knee, place your foot near your right hip, leave enough space between your right foot and your left thigh where you can bring your torso over. The first modification is reaching towards that left foot. On the exhale, reach towards that left foot. If you can't reach your foot, it's okay to place your hands on your shin. If you're more flexible and you want to try a full bind, you may take your right arm and wrap it around your right knee, your left arm behind your back, and clasp your hands. If your hands are close but don't reach, you may use a strap to help you. You're going to inhale, lengthen your back, and exhale, fold. Flexing that left foot. Trying not to round your back, keeping it straight. Two more breaths. And 5. Inhale, release. Exhale, vinyasa. High plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Back to a seated position. And now we're going to do the other side. So bend your left leg. Extend your right leg. Flex your foot. Leave enough space between your left foot and your right thigh where you can fit your torso. If you can reach your foot, reach towards your foot. If your hands go on your shin, that's fine too. If you want to do full bind, take your left arm, wrap it around your left knee, your right arm behind your back, and clasp your hands or use a strap. Inhale, lengthen your back. Exhale, fold. 5 breaths. Trying to keep your back straight, not arching it. Two more breaths. And 5. Inhale, release. Exhale, vinyasa. High plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And back to a seat. Now we're going to do Marichyasana C. So bend your right leg. You're going to extend your left leg, flex your left foot. Take your right hand, put it behind your right hip. And you're going to twist your torso. You're going to hook your left elbow on that right knee and look over your right shoulder. Stay here for 5 breaths. Lengthen your back. If you're able to do full bind, you can wrap your left arm around that right knee and your right arm behind your back. If your hands are close, you can also use a strap to help you, lengthening your back. This is a deep twist. It helps your digestive system. 1 more breath. Inhale, release. Exhale, vinyasa. At any time, if you get tired, you can go into child's pose, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And back to a seat. Now we're going to do Marichyasana C on the other side. Bend that left leg. Bring your left hand behind your left hip. Hook your right elbow on that knee. Twist. Lengthen your back and twist. Look over that left shoulder. If you can do full bind, wrap your right arm around your knee and your left arm behind your back. Clasp your hands. 5 breaths. Two more breaths. And 5. Inhale, release. Exhale, vinyasa. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And back to a seated position. And now finally to our 2 closing postures. The first one we're going to do is Baddha Padmasana, which is a modification. I'm going to do a modification of Baddha Padmasana. You're going to sit with your legs crossed. If you can sit in lotus, you can sit in lotus. You're going to wrap your left arm behind your back, your right arm behind your back, and clasp your elbows. On the inhale, you're going to lengthen your back. Exhale, you're going to fold. The idea is to get your forehead to the floor. If you can't, that's okay. Eventually, maybe one day you can. You're going to stay here for 10 breaths. Trying not to arch your back, keeping your back straight. 2 more breaths. And 10. Inhale up. And the last one is Padmasana, Lotus Pose. Go ahead and place your hands on your knees, palms facing up. Touch your index fingers and your thumb, chin to chest, sitting up straight. 10 breaths. Should be on like our 8th breath. 9 and 10. Chin up and our very last vinyasa. So exhale, high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we're coming through to Shavasana, which is the most important posture of any yoga practice. We're going to go ahead and lay flat on our back. Shavasana means corpse pose. You're going to place your arms next to your body, palms facing up, your legs spread about hip distance apart, letting your feet fall to the sides. Close your eyes. And at this moment, we're just going to release all our tensions. We're going to just let everything go. Surrender to this moment. Let your body just melt into the mat. Completely relax. Relax your toes. Relax your feet, your calves, your thighs, your hips, your abdomen. Relax your chest. Relax your fingers, your hands, your arms. Completely relax your shoulders, your throat, your chin, your mouth, your eyes. Relax your forehead, front of your head. Completely surrender to this moment. Bringing some energy to your toes, wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers. Stretch your arms over your head. Point your feet. Stretch. Inhale through your nose. And let out a big exhale through your mouth. Inhale again. And a big exhale through your mouth. Letting it all go. Turn towards your right side. Feeling your body completely relaxed. Push yourself up to a seated position. Cross your legs. Keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to your chest. Bring them together in prayer position. Thank yourself for coming to yoga today, taking care of yourself. Bow your head. Namaste. Thank you, guys.